I need one person from Barcelona next Sunday night, and I'll pay you, who knows YouTube, to come over here and sort this drama out, because every Sunday night I have this drama. And Steve Dominguez, if you're watching, yes, we have booked a table for you, 8:45 at the Hotel 1882, Barcelona, which, if you ever get to Barcelona, you must come here. It's just lovely. It's look, it's not a super 5-star, but it's just like coming home. It's this warmth about it that I love. And I haven't eaten yet, so I'm very keen after this that we go downstairs. All right, the next race, in answer to your question, is Monaco in 2 weeks' time. But today, what can I tell you about today? It did actually spit with rain just before the start, and I thought, I've got no wet weather gear, it's all in my car. That's not the proper place to have it. Afternoon from Norway. Where were you positioned? Well, I started at turn 1, and I got a lovely shot of the cars coming down the hill to turn 1. It's too hot for that scarf. And if you have a look at kimillman.com, you'll be able to see there that my pictures, in fact, if you're watching a few minutes after the start, you would have seen that picture go up very quickly. No accidents near me. I know Yuki came off at turn 11, but it was nowhere near where I was. And then I was on the outside of the track the whole time. Hello, Emmanuel. Emmanuel is one of our members, and if you aren't a member, I'm going to urge you to become a member. Have you ever been to Croatia? I want to come there and rent a boat shortly in August. And I found a bloody magnificent Ferrati or something boat. Anyway, I want to get there to Split maybe. Yeah, thank you for my compliment there. All right, so a couple of things, and these are completely out of order. I've been to the Netherlands once, in answer to your question, and nearly 100k. Yes, Liam, correct. Probably tomorrow. I've got 2 videos to put up tomorrow. But at the end of the race, in the media centre, we were watching the grandstand, because there were 1,000 people in the grandstand today, and they were members of the circuit. And it was really great watching how they emptied out the stands, because they didn't want everyone converging as they left. So what they did, I want me over that side, was row by row, section by section. So the very right-hand section was the first to be let out, back row down to the front row. Right, all cleared, next section. So it was very orderly, and it worked a treat. We weren't allowed to go behind the stands. Hello to Marius. Hello, Marius. Thank you for being a member. Questions you can fire in, and if you are a member like Michael here, I'll see your questions ahead of everyone else's, the way it comes up. Hola, Senor Michael. Michael French. No, Michael Spaniard. I was out there this morning photographing driver arrivals from 9 a.m. until noon, and I was very surprised because I went for a walk, and this paddock is rather unusual because, and I trust the audio's fine because no one's complained about it yet, but the paddock is great because we can see into it from the media centre. It's really a plus. That doesn't happen very often. Hello, Kelly. Nice to see you again, or at least your name. I can't see your face. And that played out today when I happened to be walking around about an hour before the race, out on this walkway that's out the front, and I can see directly into the Red Bull Hospitality Suite, and I saw Jerry Halliwell. My gosh, doesn't she look gorgeous? Have a look at the photo I posted on Instagram, and I can't see it because I've got your stuff here, but she is a really beautiful woman, and she's not young, she's no teenager anymore. Of course, she was with the Spice Girls and is now married to Christian Horner, and she had a beautiful white outfit on and a white bag, and the best part, oh hello, here we go, is a, what do you think about Valtteri? I love Valtteri. In particular, what are you referring to? He came third today. Yeah, I wish he was a bit faster. I wish he gave Lewis a run for his money. That would be lovely, wouldn't he? Yuki apologised. He apologised for his comments. Did he apologise for the crash too? Yeah, Monaco GP's great, and I hear that they're... Actually, you might even know more than me about this. Have they not agreed on just local people being in the crowd? No visitors from outside Monaco? Anyway, perhaps someone can answer that question. Thank you to David Veer, who's moderating the chat, making sure that we get through the questions and there's no dickheads here. What do you think about Max's race today? Well, today I managed to get that useless F1 app working, and I could actually hear what was going on, and I could be forewarned. And as such, I was able to just keep an eye on things. And yes, I did see I didn't see the overtake. Hello, Christian Spice. Yeah, I did see Max one lap in front of Lewis, and then obviously I was around. What is that? The last turn, effectively the last turn. Hello, Rayfin. Yes, your name was up there as a new member recently. And then, of course, he came second. Ever thought about shooting V8s? I actually applied once, but never even heard back from him, so I thought, bugger him. I have 165,000, 4,000 followers, and that would have been a nice audience to introduce to V8s, but no, they couldn't be bothered getting back to me. Anyway, it turns out it doesn't matter anyway, because I'm over here. Daniel Ricciardo, yes, he ended up 2 places in front of Lando, I saw them both in the media pen afterwards doing interviews. Beautiful night in, I'll give you a quick look around here. This is the top of the Hotel Barcelona 1882. I'll tell you what, I'll just quickly come over here. I think I can walk around here. There's no one up here. Hello to Nandakuma. I gather that's from India. Does Bot deserve the seat? Couldn't pass a Ferrari. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the audio is great. Thank you for that, but I got too far away from the Wi-Fi. But up here, where is it? Just there. That's the Sagrada Familia, and it is one of the most magnificent buildings I've ever seen in my life. And every time I come here, I'm amazed at how ornate it is. Have I been to Townsville? No, I have not been to Townsville to see the V8 Supercar. Hello to the Philippines and Barbados. Never been to... just give me a second here, good people. It's 242 on tonight. Thank you for joining us. We can't even see the start from where we are at turn 1. It's until they get going, I'm guessing 100 metres, we don't see them. Toto not taking any chances with Mazepin, blue flag message to FIA. Yeah, I did hear that on the radio too. Toto actually was out on the back of the Mercedes, the engineering motorhome today, talking to a journalist across a void of about 7 metres of space, and he was able to be photographed. And at the end of the day, Lewis, after he'd done his celebration shot downstairs at the garage, which a lot of the photographers shot from directly above because we can see it. Hello, Michael. It was a well-deserved penalty. Okay, well then I'm going to take that as gospel. Where am I going with this? Lewis then walked back and stood underneath the media centre and just chatted for, I'm guessing, a couple of minutes with some of his crew, which gave us plenty of opportunity to shoot photographs of him. And then at some point we realised we'd had so many of the same shots that we just gave up and went away. And I think that's great, because normally Lewis is pretty tricky. And this morning I was warned he was, I'll give him the heads up that he was coming in on his scooter again, and he actually led Angela, whereas yesterday, yeah, I do have a drink, but these are these plastic cups we have to drink out of. We don't have to, but yeah. Okay, 379 on board tonight. What else can I tell you about the Spanish GP that you would like to know? Grid was busy. It always is busy. What did I notice? Oh, okay, I put a picture up of... do I prefer pictures in the rain or the dry? Well, if the rain was comfortable, I'd love rain pictures, but it's so uncomfortable. Yeah, I found Charles and Pierre having a chat, and then Carlos came over and made a threesome there. And you might have also seen the picture I put up of Carlos making eyes at Charles on the grid today. I did notice that Nikita Mazepin doesn't talk to anyone. He's pretty much just on his own there and waits for the stuff to get done. Oh, and I've now got enough shots that I can, with confidence, tell you all the boots that the drivers wear, and hence there'll be a video going up on that. And maybe this week, I don't know, I've got a lot of content. Did you see the car that Lando was driving today? It was my biggest post today, something like, I don't know, 15,000 likes, and he was driving, and I noted this in the comment, in the caption, I can't remember, but a beautiful black McLaren, and he came in on his own. Now normally he would come in with a trainer or someone, but he didn't come, no, on his own. Chip Miller, anyone able to be in the paddock? Yeah, well, There were some VIPs in the paddock today. There was definitely them in there, but not photographers, no normal media that would normally be in there. Monaco will be expensive to stay. No. I got an Airbnb apartment for a week that is a cracker for about, I'm thinking $2,000 Aussie, maybe 2.5. Really trendy, and you'll see it because I'll do a live stream from there. It has no view, I don't think. It's nothing stunning, but Monaco is such a rort at Grand Prix time, and obviously this year things would be a little bit cheaper given the fact that we are. This is a very comfortable chair, given that we are in COVID times and there won't be a million people coming. And if you are booking any corporate stuff, like stuff on boats, I believe they can't even serve food and alcohol. They have to give you a bag with that in there, which if you're paying a lot of money to go and watch the race from a boat is a bit ordinary. Oh, 477 with us today. Thank you very much. Now, you need to become a member to get your comments noticed, or Super Chat also gets you to the top. Please, I don't know whether I can do a travel log. We're pretty much locked down. Hello, JP Stone. Loves the channel. Is Kimmy the toughest driver to get? Yes, he is. He seems to take... No, he doesn't like any media, and I understand that. He's been in the game for a long time. But we never saw him go into the paddock once this weekend, and I'm out there for a lot of hours. I reckon I'm out there for 12 hours over 4 days. Mazepin came out, Nikita came out of his motorhome today and just turned right, whereas everyone else goes left to the main gate. He goes to the far gate. I saw the McLaren 720S picture driven by. Did any other drivers arrive in interesting rides? Yeah, a couple of odd ones. I'll do a video on that this week. Any tips for young journalist photographers out there? I've got none. At the moment, do you think Esteban has gained confidence? I think he has. He was pretty chirpy with me the other day in the paddock. He said, why don't you do a video or put me in one of your videos or something like that? And I said, well, give me a quote. And he said, okay, last race I was fast and I was comfy, he said. He's a good fella, Esteban. Modest guy. Very slick hair. Always looks good. Hey, thank you to Nandu Kumar. You're now a backer of the channel. The Flying Demon has put their 2 cents worth in. JP Stone has become a VIP. Now, could my other VIP members please gather round JP and let JP know whether it is a male or a female, I can't tell, that they are indeed lovely. Welcome to the fold. Can somebody please answer what's my favourite Grand Prix for that person? When do you go back to Australia? Well, I don't know. Maybe Christmas? Hopefully by Christmas. I don't think we'll be going back there for the Australian GP. It's just not going to happen, my friends. And I don't think it'll happen in March next year either. I think it's unlikely. Any special plans for Monaco? No, but... no. I do like shooting Monaco. And this is lovely light out here. Really nice light and quiet, so that's great news. But I do have to be somewhere at 8:45. What's this question from a member? Do you think any other drivers could have pulled off what Lewis did? Oh, I don't think so. Lewis is a freak, isn't he? He's just so very good. Rarely makes a mistake. So well done to him. Look, he is an interesting character, no doubt, and he gets pressured all the time. People want stuff from him, but hats off to him. He's just the most amazing driver. Don't see why we're not allowed in the paddock. You are all tested regularly and vaccinated. Yeah, but that doesn't stop us getting it and giving it, unfortunately. But yeah, you live in hope. Look, I don't think the race in Istanbul will go ahead. And if it does go ahead, there is a chance that media might not be invited, just the teams and those involved. So that one is up in the air. Where would we go instead? I don't know. No, Australia is not cancelled yet, but it could be cancelled. And if any comments on Bottas not lower, I did hear a little bit of that. Well, it doesn't have to. It's not the law. Are you allowed to go into the hospitality? No, nowhere near it. Not allowed to go anywhere near the paddock. What are your thoughts on Bottas holding off Hamilton? Interesting. Hello, Rosemary. Thank you. I love your little graphic there. If you want to get noticed, go to Super Chat or become a member, either of those things. Do you think Mexico will happen? I think that's a little bit iffy. There'll be no South African GP. I think we'll be going to Mugello or Nürburgring. Interesting. Yeah, well, look, I've got this scarf, which, if it was cooler, and it's not that cool. Anyway, I've got about 7 T-shirts, 2 pairs of shorts, 2 pairs of jeans, 1 jacket, 2 scarves, lots of underwear, lots of socks, and that has to last me for the year. And at some point, I think it's fair to say that I have to go and throw all of that out. Not all of it, but certainly a lot of it out, and restock. And I'm looking forward to that. Should George replace Bottas? Well, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Valtteri's going to do his season. They'll decide at the end of the year. We will get 23 Grand Prix or less. I don't know. They've got to replace. See, we're getting very close to Istanbul, aren't we? I have no idea. Personal car collection tour, please. Whose car collection? I don't know why Bottas didn't let Hamilton buy. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he wanted to race. Maybe he didn't want to do it. Max said in the press conference afterwards, what he needs is just a faster car. That's the only thing that would have got him the win today, a faster car. Zandvoort? Well, yeah, if the race goes ahead, but I understand they have to have spectators for it to go ahead. I don't believe the Indian GP will return. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. If you come to the Hotel 1882 in Barcelona, where you can throw your glasses off the 4th floor and they pretty much end up intact, if you saw my video of last week, you can eat in the bar downstairs and they have this wasabi prawn. No, what is it? Tempura prawns and vegetables? Fantastic. And what was the other thing? Some crispy bread with avocado and something else. Well, just glorious. Turkey out, Nürburgring in. It's a very strong possibility. Or Turkey out, no race? I don't know. Do you buy your air tickets as you go? Yes, I do. I bought a multi-city for 3 races in a row, and it turns out I might have made a mistake with that. Are you getting a discount for promoting? I'll tell you what they do. They feed me and they wash my clothes. What a deal. But I talk about them without that. It's just the most beautiful. Look, there's 4 hotels that I love staying at. Palacio Tangara in Brazil. Hotel Moments in Barcelona. No. Budapest. This one. And there's one other. Wynn Encore Tower Suites in Las Vegas. They'll be 4 of my favourite hotels in the world. Indianapolis going to return. Well, Indianapolis could, I understand, it's a slim chance, get the spot for the Mexican GP. Who knows? When flying, what's the worst turbulence you've ever had? No, I can't remember much. Do you have contact with other photographers? Yes, we all work in the same media centre, so we see them and sit near them, but there's probably 25, and the ones that go to most races, I know their names. We love Angela Cullen. Well, Lewis does. She's a great plus for him, and a great lady. Good fun. Tell us a joke. There'll be no joke telling here. That's not going to happen. No one has interns. This is not a thing. Please don't think there's anything like an intern policy. There's not. So please don't write and say, I'll come and be your intern. It's not a thing. And this year there are only 50 odd places for photographers, and they're not going to bump out someone who's been doing it for 30 years for me or anyone else to take an intern. What is the name of that Spanish sky reporter? Noemi? Maybe? Is that the one you're talking about? Any good stories on Tomo or Vlad? Vlad is a very snappy dresser, and Tomo is just a character. He is a geezer. When am I leaving for Monaco? I've got another week here, so whenever that runs out. Okay, so Ching Wong, you were timed out by David. Thank you, David. What do you think about Alonso? His comeback is starting to look like Schumacher's, or is it too early to say? I don't know. He didn't do as well as Esteban, did he? he stood outside the swipe gates today for a little bit and having a chat with the fellow, which gave a lot of people a chance to photograph him. But I couldn't help but think there were a lot of people taking selfies, a lot of track workers, I thought, taking selfies. I don't know who was interviewing Lewis after quali. I couldn't see. I got across for a shot of Lewis as he got out of the car. It just dawned on me, oh, hey, I'm in the right spot, because normally it's a bit of a drama. You don't know what opportunities you're going to get, but there was a gap in the fence and Lewis was getting out. There was some official there who was half in my way, unfortunately. I've got this, look how I've had to set this up here on 2 tables, but as such it's slightly too high. It needs to come down a bit. Oh, Pedro de la Rosa, he was yesterday, wasn't he? That was a bit awkward. What do you think about Mr. Schumacher Jr.? A lovely guy. He smiled at me today. Seems like a lovely guy. I saw everybody today come in except Kimmy, and I saw Nikita go the other way, and I didn't get a shot of him. Oh, and good news here that all the restaurants are allowed to open as of tonight. So that's great. Back again. Hello to Steve. He's now a backer. You over there, you need to be a backer as well. Get on board here. Am I going to upload a video about the cars that drive? Yeah, I will. I might include it with something else as well, because I'm not sure there's that much to talk about. Which was the strictest track for they're all the same. We have to do everything the same every race. And that is, we have to get tested the day we go to the track. And I'll have to have a test before I fly out of here too, which is next week. And then I have to test at the track as well. And it automatically comes through on your phone, the results. And I've had, obviously, negative tests the whole way. Hardest track for pictures. I didn't love this one today. China's a shocker. Now that guests seem to be allowed, no, the guests aren't allowed in the paddock. It's just been the same all the way through. Each team has X number of passes, and they can decide who gets those passes. But it's not like, oh right, suddenly everyone's got another 30 passes. It's the same number, and they would just determine. Now, there was a tennis player in today. Thiems, I've never heard of him. Teams, is it? Is that his name? And there was a Barcelona footballer, Antoine Griezmann. Now you might know who that is. I don't. No, we don't pay for the COVID tests at the track. If we do, if we travel, I've had to pay for 2 so far that I've travelled. He's a famous good player, is he? He's got long hair, and he was actually I put a post. Did I put a post up? Yeah, I did. I put a post up about that. He was standing out on the back deck of the hospitality suite, enjoying a meet and greet with the great Lewis Hamilton, Sir Lewis Hamilton. What I like about this scarf is these little dots, and I love fine detail like that. I have to keep pushing these glasses up to read your comments. Many mothers in the paddock today. None. There was a dad yesterday. Lando's dad was there. Geez, you people are certainly typing out the questions quickly. 700 people. What else can I tell you today? Because I want you to get value out of this, not just answer these questions. I asked Lando what car he was driving, because I didn't know what the model number of that was. The other thing is, often we'll see Mia Jasic and Alberto Crippa, who's the Ferrari photographer. They'll come out to the car park, and once you see that, you know that one of their guys is coming in, so you can set up to be around them. And Netflix also are aware of that. They had a crew with Haas today. They had one with Williams, so we had George and Carmen photographed as they came in. The tennis player is Dominic Thiem, yes, rising star, and defeated Nadal. That's a fair effort. I struggle against Nadal at my age. Have you got any idea who the lady was that stood with Angela? Congratulate. No, I don't know who that was. I think Monaco will allow 25% capacity, including foreigners. Is that right? Who is the photographer from Mercedes? That's Steve Etherington, a lovely gentleman. Really quiet, unassuming guy. Great photographer. And he was shooting the celebration after the race today. What is your favourite food in Spain? Well, I love that Iberian ham, and quite frankly, I've got some Parmigiana cheese from the Emilio Reggiano area, whatever it is, and I just take a big bite of that when I'm hungry. Yeah, George and Carmen, they were nice pictures. And did you notice over there, George didn't have his mask on for probably 20 metres as he walked away from the car. Great photos. Who else? Another driver didn't have their mask on for a certain period too. They put them on eventually, but it's just a real bonus to get a shot. Sergio, by the way, got out of the car. Here we go. The church chimes. What time is it? Tough past something. Oh, there's a super chat I missed. Here we go. Love the race, says Balu. Can we get on call sometime to discuss? Yes, get onto kimellman.com and book a one-to-one chat. I'd like to understand life from a veteran's perspective. Yeah, well, if you book a one-to-one chat, I'll give you half an hour of my undivided attention, and hopefully you take away some value from it. You'll be the judge of whether it's worth the money. I would suggest yes. All my questions have disappeared now from the screen. Very calm night. It's a little bit of high-level cloud. Are you staying to photograph the tyre test? No, I'm not. Absolutely not. Who was the second woman? I don't know. Do you think the centre picture at Eau Rouge is the best? I don't know what you're referring to. The Caribbean. I've had a few people from the Caribbean join us. Another thing from today. I got some nice pictures yesterday of the drivers, the McLaren guys, coming into the garage because, as I said before, we can shoot from directly above looking down, and Daniel and Lando would enter the garage right below me. Steve. Hello, Mr. W. Steve, Mr. W. New member from the UK. I'm glad you love the vids and pics. I didn't think the car pics were that much to get excited about today. I thought I struggled a little bit. Really, it's cars going around a track. What is the count, by the way? What are we up to on my page? 99,000. I haven't had a look today. Because I have to do a video for 100k, and I don't know what to do. Suggestions on what I should do for 100k, because it will hit that mark. I'm glad you love Max Verstappen, not Verstappen. I get told off for that. What was it? Oh, here we go. Barlow again. I appreciate the same guy who beat Billy Munger's picture, wouldn't you? Yeah. I'd love that free digital print. I'm sure you would. 99.6. Okay, so I think Tuesday that will be. I don't work for Netflix, no. What's your go-to lens? 70 to 200. I keep that on one camera all weekend, then I swap the other camera. Well, I've got two others actually. But my 1DX Mark III, I put either a 600 or a 16 to 35, and I swap between those two. But I'm loath to change lenses because out in the track. I've also got an EOS R camera because you get so much dirt on the sensor. I had to get two sensors cleaned the other day. 300 Australian dollars and about an hour of dicking around here in Barcelona. So I'm being a little bit more careful now that it affects my pocket. Trinidad and Tobago was in the house. Looking forward to Monaco. Yeah, it's it's a great event to shoot. I get lovely pictures. Is it expensive to be a photographer? What do you think? Every minute of the day you are just doling out cash for something. Have you ever... No, not really had Jamaican food. Yeah, Lewis will win again. Of course he'll win again, unless somebody pips him, unless Max pips him for fastest lap in quali, and then no one can pass anyone. Have you photographed Albon? Yeah, Albon a lot. He was my biggest picture last race on the Sunday. I think 16,000 likes on Alex. And he comes in late and he's very relaxed and no one bothers him. I'm reading your comments now. Oh, it's very quick. It's very quick. Take you on a ride on the green hell, whatever that is. Can you make a video with other F1 photographer? Maybe. I don't know whether they want to be in it. Do you know who brought I do know who brought their motorhomes, I'll tell you. Lewis, Vettel, Mazepin, Schumacher. There's one or two more. Bottas. Neither of the Alpine guys stayed in a motorhome. They drove in. Stroll drove in. Vettel drove in. Oh no, Vettel walked in. Might be one more. Greenhill. Oh, the Nürburg Nordschleife. I used to drive that as about 10, 15 years ago in some game. I was hopeless at it. I don't get photos from support races. There's not enough time. Kim, I am great. I'm not that great, but thank you. No, I'm about to eat as soon as this is finished. As soon as this hits 45 minutes up here, I'm going to say goodnight and go and eat some food, because I must admit, whilst we're very thankful for the canteen food that we get because we don't have to think about it, it was a step down from Imola. And what was Portugal like? What do we have in I can't remember Portugal. But Imola was the best Italian food ever. What do you aim to achieve out of these live streams? Hopefully get some more members on board, give you more of an idea of what goes on, and kill some time, because obviously I'm away all year, so I've got a lot of spare time, although tonight, not so. Have you got a book on Carlos? Yes, all the books. The only ones I don't have are Latifi, Mazepin. They're the two, because I just didn't have enough images, but I'm getting close. But of course, those books are only going to have photos of the drivers with masks on, and I don't like them. Please get me these pots from behind. I think you can probably buy them in some hardware store somewhere. Kyalami. That's South Africa, right? Almost 100k, yes. No, teams don't have parties after a GP win. I remember in Adelaide many years ago, I shonked into a party for Benetton one night. It was a great night. But no, I went to one party one year, end of the season, Abu Dhabi, for Mercedes. That was nice, but I'm not much of a party person. What was the lunch like at the track? No, not great. Not great. The chips are good. The crisps, some nice flavours there. What's your favourite purpose-built track? I don't know. I just love Monaco. Longest time you've been away from home for F1? Well, whatever this is now, 2 months. I left on March 4, and I haven't got my phone to see. 10, so there we go, 2 and a bit months. It'll be 10, but it is what it is. Which driver is most friendly? Look, you've got to understand that these drivers will pass, if we take now, which is far fewer photographers, probably pass 20 photographers, and their job is not to stop and be friendly to everyone. I'm out in the car park, which is a bit of a bonus, because you can have a quick chat. Sometimes I'll have a question, I can ask that from a distance, and I work for a couple of them, so I shoot them. But they're trained to not notice the cameras, because when you look at Netflix, and I took some photos today from behind of Carlos, and in front is a Netflix monster rig, an audio guy with a boom mic, and their job is to pretend that they don't see that there is no camera there. But of course there is a camera there, and it's very overt, not covert. More questions. I'll give you a slightly different angle here and move around here, because this is a lovely area on the top of this building here, the Hotel 1882, because there's a pool over there. Did you see former F1 race winner Carlos Reutemann? No, I did not see that. In intensive care. What was your favourite moment this weekend? Getting that photo of Lando in the McLaren, because I knew that would be a big post, because this year they haven't been given very nice cars to drive, and Daniel didn't get one. Daniel had, what was it? It was a Merc of some sort. I'll go through that in detail sometime this week. Do I think people feel F1's getting boring? It's been boring for a long time, hasn't it? Except Imola was a cracker. It's this jacket is a diesel, and I need some new clothes badly. Which hotel at Silverstone? They're all shit. All of them. Absolute shit. Although I hope that new one's finished. Is that new one going to be finished out there on the track? That looks great. Something modern with air conditioning. My gosh, I stayed at that Whittlebury Hall, which was 1,000 Australian a night. Right royal rip-off. It was like a motel with no air conditioning, but they did give me a fan. That's a rort. Did you go to Yeongam Korean GP? No, but I did a television commercial in Korea going back in 2012. They paid me quite a lot of money to go over there and program Christmas lights on a house for Paris Baguette because of my Gangnam Style Christmas lights that they'd seen earlier in the year, I think it was, or the past years. So I was pretty good at programming Christmas lights. Do you think we are moving into digital VR era now? No one, what is that? Would ever have to move. Virtual reality F1 games? Yeah, well, you wouldn't need us. Okay, I'm looking at some of your comments. Do you like the Hockenheim ring? Well, I do like it because I've only been there once. It was the greatest day I've ever had in my life photographing F1 because everything happened in front of me. So I have a fond memory of that. And also, the Radisson Blu Hotel in Mannheim is one of my other favourite hotels. You should do a review of hotels near F1 circuits. I should, at the end of the year, tell you where to stay and where not to stay. But obviously I can't review every hotel. That's not going to happen. How many F1 trucks? Oh, there was lots. And at the end of the day today, all we get to hear is these reversing horns down below us in the pit lane, with all these trucks coming in to grab all the stuff and transport it back to wherever they go. Do I do hotel reviews? No, I just tell you about the good ones. And sometimes I just don't, I won't go into that. Questions are too quick. Do you get new shoes after yours are falling apart? Well, I was going to get some on-running shoes, but they're bloody too hard to deal with. You can't find. I just want someone to say, yeah, here, we can get you these waterproof ones here, but oh no, here's our network of dealers. You know, make 40 calls, and they don't ring you back, and they don't email you back. And I thought, bugger it, I'll just walk into some shop and buy whatever's waterproof. But on-running are comfortable. Prediction for Monaco. No overtaking, how about that? And a safety car. And some great photos. And people not getting drunk on boats because they can't... I don't know whether they can serve alcohol or whether if they serve it they have to just give people the bottles and they drink. I can't work it out yet. How difficult is it to get pictures around Monaco? Not difficult at all. 1DX Mark III Canons I use. What was that question there? Let me go back to that. Hidden costs of travelling. There's no hidden costs. Oh, tolls? I once paid $50 a day. No, 50 each way, going from Nagoya to Suzuka. I stayed at the Hilton in Nagoya because I liked it. And a lovely hotel. It was the only decent one for 100 Ks, but yeah, 50 Aussie each way in tolls? No thanks very much. How's your day been? Yeah, not a great day. I wanted something interesting happening in front of me. But hey, it's good I get to talk to you. And 700 people watching this. We need some more members, please. Join up as a VIP member because you get your name at the end of my videos. Your top 3 tracks. No. Favourite car of all time? Don't have one. The racing is boring, I agree. The people watching is fun. That's the thing. I look at all the shots I get of cars, and I was flicking through them today, and I nearly fell asleep because I use Photo Mechanic, and you just go right, arrow right. Oh yeah, I'll give that a 1, arrow 1, and the ones I then drag into Lightroom. No, it wasn't today, it was yesterday, and I would just nod off every now and then because it is mind-numbing, and I'm looking for something to stand out. And obviously once you've been doing it for decades, you become very good at it, and I'm not there yet, but fingers crossed. Is Daniel in good spirits? Better result in Spain? Yeah, I think he was. I saw him in the presser this afternoon out in the media pen. he seemed pretty happy. And Lando also had smiles on his faces too. Yeah, I think he's happy. Who knows? He smiles, but he's always smiling. Have you ever been to Sweden? No. Have you ever regretted attending a Grand Prix at China? Freaking awful. South of France, you looking forward to those colours? Oh my gosh, the colour. This morning I shot and yesterday morning I took out my 50mm lens, which is a f1.4, and I shot low. And go to kimillman.com and look at my pics from yesterday morning and today morning, or this morning I think is the way you say it in English, and have a look at the colour of the sky. It's just rich blue because I've used a polarizer, which always brings out the blueness, and the fact that we are in this part of the world. So we're not far from the south of France here. Favourite fashion brand? I like Louis Vuitton for some stuff, and I know Pierre Gasly is a very big Louis brand. I said to him, what's your bag? And he said, you know. And then I had a good look and saw some logos on it. But yeah, I love Pierre. He's a great guy and a very snappy dresser. Hello, Greg Thompson from, looks like Australia. And he sent me a cup of coffee. Thank you for that. No, you can get pictures of Charles from ProStarPics.com. Get onto ProStarPics.com. You can buy any of my images there for personal or editorial. It's cheaper for personal use, but if you're going to use it editorially, you can get the rights there. How much times were you in Sao Paulo? I've been there 3 times, and I love the Palazzo Tangara. It's one of the greatest hotels in the world. And Paul McCartney's Scottish security manager put me onto that hotel. I met him in Mexico when the GP was on there. Anyway, so we have one more question to go, and then I must say good night. So I'm going to wait for one of my members or a super chat. Whatever pops up first will be answered, and I will press the X button thereafter and go and have some dinner because I am well hungry, and it's still light here at whatever time it is. So please, a member's question or a super chat, and this is the Hotel 1882. It's reversed for me. Bottas photos. I've got a lovely picture today of Bottas talking to Michael Massey before they went in. Okay, no, that's not a question. So if we don't get a question in the next 5, I'm going to say good night. If you're in Australia, good night, says Emmanuel. That's good enough for me. Okay, so people, thanks for joining me, and stay safe and passionate.